Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. Peace, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning back into All Bible Access Media. Please like, please share, and please subscribe, family. So we're gonna start this over again. Like I said, she came on my platform yesterday and gave a donation, which was very appreciative. And and I said, yo, let me check her out. I checked the platform, her YouTube channel, and she had some videos on there that was, pretty interesting. And I seen that she had like a story to tell. So, and I took a look at it, and I was like, hey, I need to reach out to this female and see if I could get her on the platform, because I feel like she has something to say and she could be inspirational to a lot of people. And I think she has a lot of brains, a lot of things she could bring to the table to basically, I guess, inspire people or help somebody or whatever the case may be. And I'm glad to have her on the show today. So let me represent to her to you her again. Excuse me. Her name is Desiree Lee, inmate 114-2980. How you doing, baby girl?
I am wonderful, Mike. How are you? And hello to all the viewers.
That's right. Let's get into it. I'm gonna turn this music off. Let me see if y'all in here. Right there. Okay. Now I would like ask everybody, can you please share, please? Can you share? And I will gladly appreciate it. Matter of fact, let me share that I'm on myself real quick. Okay. All right. God, have mercy. All right. Okay. All right, so let's get into it, Desiree. Please let everybody know. Give us your backstory and however you want to start it. It's all on you. The floor is yours, sweetie. Go right ahead.
Okay, well, thank you for giving me the floor. And I definitely appreciate this opportunity to share my story with your viewers. Just to let everybody know that I am a 5-time best-selling author. I'm also a self-publishing consultant. And what I do is I help people turn their stories into multiple streams of income and basically like take what's in their hand in order to create that wealth to get them out of the situation that they may be in. So some of you guys may say, well, what makes you qualified to help someone to get out of a financial situation, a daunting situation, a depressing situation, to help them get to where they want to be in life, their dreams, in order to inspire others? And that's because in high school, I had a 3.8 GPA. I had 2 basketball scholarships, on my way to college in pursuit of the American dream that everybody was talking about. And 2 weeks after I graduated from high school, I found myself on the other side of the law, and I was charged with 11 counts of armed robbery and 5 counts of aggravated assault here in the state of Georgia. At 17 years old, I was facing 135 years in prison for just being the driver of the car. Keep in mind, this is my first time ever getting in trouble. I've never been in juvie or anything like that. Excellent grades, scholarships, and all of that great stuff. But yet and still, they were throwing that book right in my face. And I thought I was going to be there for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, the thing is that I got sentenced to 10 years to serve 4 years in prison instead of 135 years. And at 17, with grown women, people think women prisons is not as or tough, but it's a little bit tougher, especially for a 17-year-old girl to be in a place with grown women who have life sentences and they have nothing to lose. And so I had to grow up really fast, and it was a situation where I had nobody else to depend on but myself. Once I was released from prison, that's where the real hardship began, because it's not just a job that a convicted felon can't get. You can't get a apartment because they do background checks. I tried to be a cosmetologist. They let you go to school accumulate all this debt, but when you go to get your license for your cosmetology license, they do a background check. I couldn't be a bus driver. I couldn't work at Walmart. I couldn't stock the shelves. I couldn't even go to school because they do background checks on Pell Grants. I mean, it was background checks on everything. You can't even be a waitress, Mike. Like, I had to get a liquor license in order to
A
get
damn waitress? You
a
can't be a waitress.
waitress.
Half of the
Seriously.
damn look. Go to Waffle House and look how them damn waitresses look. They look like they been felons. They look practiced and everything. What you need, honey? Like get the
I mean, you can be that at Waffle House because they don't serve alcohol. So, like places like Red Lobster and stuff like that, you can't because you're taking a glass of wine from the bar to the table and they do background checks on that. So, for like 6 years, you know, I just refused to go back to that place. So, for 6 years, man, I was trying my hardest. And when I got out, I was like 21, 22 and people were treating me like I'm an adult, but they forgot that I went in when I was a kid. So it was really difficult. And I felt in like this really dark, deep depression because I'm like, there is no way out. Like, I know I'm not the only convicted felon out here. What can I do? You can't rent a house, you can't do anything. It was like a big setup until I met this lady with the mustard seed. It was a stranger. And on this day, I was going to commit suicide because I was just tired of being tired. It wasn't even the situations that I was going through, but just being rejected. It had no, regardless of how smart I was, how pretty I was, how well I spoke, whatever, it was a lot against me. And I was just tired. And so people who may be watching right now, they might be feeling like, oh, it's always something, or they may be trying their best of just trying to just swim and not sink. And they're just getting tired out there in the water, just, floating. And the stranger, she looked at me, this black woman, and she said, let's have coffee the next day. So that ruined my suicide plans. And she didn't know what I was going through. And then we had coffee the next day, and I just had a pity party. She was a stranger, and I was like, I'm going to let it out. So I'm a real big supporter of people going to go see a psychiatrist or a counselor, just somebody to just get it out where you don't feel judged or shamed. Because I was holding a lot of, it was like post-traumatic stress. And she told me just to believe just one more time. She was like, just believe one more time, just try one more time. And so she started with me with affirmations on just trying it out. I said, you know what? I'm just going to try this thing out one more time. And if this shit don't work, then I'm done. And I kid you not, that lady only called me like 10 minutes once a week. And she was just a person to check up on me. And I did everything she told me to do, write a bio, didn't know how to do that at the time. And 30 days later, I was at Taco Bell, and this pastor who works for the government asked me to share my story at this high school at MLK. And it was 30 days from that day. So, like, when people, I think you were talking about on one of your videos, like, sometimes it doesn't look like it when you're about to break. You're like right at your breakthrough. And it literally, the doors just flung open like 30 days later. And so I had all these speaking engagements, never took a speaking class in my life. It wasn't that I wanted to be a speaker, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. If I messed up my life, maybe if I share my story, some other young person won't mess up theirs. Make them realize that their parents and the kids are on the same team. A parent don't want their children to stay in their house until they're 30 years old, 25 years old. And we know those kids want to be out on their own too as well. So it's like, we got to realize that we're on the same team. That's why I donated. We're on the same team. And people who are watching, they need to donate to people. It's like we have to move forward together. And basically, when you do that, you're giving other people permission to do the same. Now, I didn't have any money saved up. My story is kind of crazy because I didn't have money saved up. I didn't have a job to save up money. It wasn't like I had a family that was giving me money. I didn't have a man that was giving me money. I just had my story. And then 2 years after speaking, that's when I published my first book. And this is my first book. And I just changed the cover of the book because this year is 5 years since this book's been out. And so I published my first book in 2014, March of 2014. And I sold 20,000 copies of my book my first year as a self-published author. I had copies in my car. I sold them as bulks, like boxes of books. Like I was taking like tips from Slim Thug when he was selling his CDs. I was listening to different people's stories on how they sold. I joke around, talk about how I have a master's in Google University, a PhD in YouTube University, and people want to know, like, how did you become successful? How are you making this money? How are you doing all this stuff? And I said, look, I just did the best I could until I can do better, and people helped me along the way. And so since then, I work for the government, the United States Attorney's Office, and they paid me a government contract to speak into young people's schools, also talking churches. I have a consulting business. I go on tour. I went on tour with Microsoft for 3 years, Mike. Now, if I would have walked into Microsoft, I want to be able to get a job, but I ended up partnering with them. Then I partnered with Nima Marcus, and I'm a convicted felon. I don't hide it. It's like on my book. It's on everything. You type my name in, you'll see my mugshot. You see everything. And so I think when I stopped caring about what other people thought of me and started just doing it just because in an intention of helping other people, that's when I became more blessed. That's how I became more rich. That's how I became made more money. And I said, you know what? If I can help one person reach 10,000 people and another one reach 10,000, then I'm eventually helping change the world. And I said, I'm gonna just do that with my story. So my story has pictures in it. I teach people how to publish their books, how to capitalize on it, streams of income, not just from Amazon, but Barnes and Nobles, and basically crack the system and trying to tell as many people as possible because it's out there. And when they say, if you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book,
Mm-hmm.
that is exactly what they meant until this day. And so what I do is I just go look in all these books and everything and then give the information.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that's inspiration. I think we all should take that in consideration. And because I'm gonna take some advice. Well, I already took some, and her story, just like what you said when you was doing it without thinking about what people, how they was going to judge you. You was doing it from the kindness of your heart to help somebody else, and that's when the doors flew open. So when you put in that positive vibe, that positive energy out there, you're going to reciprocate that. That's what's going to be reciprocated, so the blessings is going to come. So you know what are some of the things that you can do as far as helping people to capitalize on making money doing on the internet, social media and other sites and websites and all that stuff? What can you
Absolutely. You know what, you're absolutely right when it comes down to the reciprocity of being positive and helping someone. But the truth is basically I'm just paying it forward. I know what a stranger in a nail salon did for me as a Black woman to a Black woman. What she did for me, I want everybody else to feel that way. Like, you know how we look at each other as a people of color, how we treat each other, judge each other. And what she did was just hold my hand. She didn't give me no money. She didn't give me no job. She just held my hand and believed one more time. So different ways. There's so many ways out there to make more money with the information that you have. But I can tell if somebody is interested in writing a book, one of the biggest ways is to host an event. Now, there's this app called Peerspace, which is fairly new, which is like an Airbnb, but for event venues. And the venues are like as low as $24 an hour. There's some venues that are $500 an hour. There's some venues that are $75 an hour. that are some really nice space. Even if for like YouTubers, if you're saying I don't have a studio or I don't have money, I'm on a budget, if you can use like $100 to get studio space to really perception is everything. Like you have to dress not for the job that you're at now, but for the job you want. And so, or the position of where you want to be. So in Peerspace, you can throw an event or host an event. Okay. And there's two ways to make money. I say the free way, what a lot of big people like Tony Robbins and everybody, they say, okay, all of you guys can come here for free. And everybody's like, free? So everybody comes run to this event for free. It's just like a club promoter, ladies free before this time and men pay this much before this time type of thing. And then you make all your money at the table, which is merchandise, hats, books, and everything. Or you can charge $25 and say you get a free book. Now, Lisa Nichols did that. And boy, she made New York Times bestsellers. And I thought it was so genius. She had a free event essentially. But at her book signing, she said, hey, if you buy this book for $25, you get in my event for free. And so she made the event like it was $200. So people were like, yeah, I'll pay $25 for the book, which she became a New York Times bestseller. I thought that was genius. Once you create this event and get all the kinks out of it, you can take it on tour. People think I'm here in Atlanta, but you have Savannah, you have Columbus. You have to basically essentially on social media be a big fish in a small pond. So the first thing I would tell someone is where is the small pond? So when you become a big fish in a small pond, when people start looking at you, you are the expert. And the more you do it, the more it comes. And then you take it on tour. It doesn't have to be a tour where I'm going to Texas, Chicago. People want to meet you. People want to hear what you have to say. They want to know it's possible. They don't want to know that it's like so far fetched or so many years. They want to know that a person just like ourselves can make it a good $10,000 a month. When you do that and scale and stack, that's it. Steady, slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. You'll make a lot of money. I'm telling you, you'll make right now money. Okay. You have things like consultations. You have to be a great listener to what are people asking you for. The people will tell you what they want. It's not just a problem that you're solving, but it's a desire that you're fulfilling. People desire to be rich. People desire to be acknowledged. People desire to be just holding your hand. People desire to just be heard. People desire to know how. And it's not just the key of having all this information, it's actually applying it. So when you have events, you're taking it from social media back to the streets. You could do that. Another way to make money or to help if you're saying, hey, look, I don't have an audience. Well, I say, if you don't have influence, use somebody else's. Use somebody else's influence. Do you guys just see what just happened there? Yesterday, I just donated. And now Mike says, hey, look, you can use my influence to share your story on my platform the next day. Now, what if there's 10 mics? So there's people out there that want to help you, but they just don't know how because they think that you have it all together. Another thing is that people think that just writing a book is the only way to make money. But I publish a DVD. You can turn your YouTube videos into a DVD. You can make your own documentary. You can put all your YouTube videos together and submit it to film festivals. Like film festivals, there's a lot of film festivals that are free. There's a lot of libraries that have theaters. You can do a movie screening. I hope I'm not overwhelming nobody.
Nah. You making a lot of sense here. I'm just letting you because the more you flow, you get your juices flowing, the more stuff come out. So I'm just letting you speak as much as possible. But yeah,
But I want to
continue.
make sure I'm going in the right direction.
Nah, you headed in the right direction. Go right ahead, continue.
Does
I'm
anybody have
listening.
any questions?
See, this is the thing. I have the phone lines open. Let me check and see if it's still open real quick.
Okay.
Everybody, y'all can call in right now, 914-205-5534. Please call in right now. What the hell just happened? Okay.
Okay.
I know I'm not off. What just happened on my YouTube on my phone? Okay,
Uh,
I'm still live. Okay, I'm still good. Everybody calling. If y'all have any questions for her, for Desiree, please call in 914-205-5534.
yeah.
So
Somebody said, why wasn't I given a first offenders deal? We tried. The judge, she said, because it wasn't just one crime, it was 11 counts. She said, I knew what I was doing the first time, the second time, the 11th time. So she couldn't give me first offenders for me because it was so many counts of armed robbery. Um,
he said nobody calling, fam. No, shut up, nigga. Anyway,
that's funny.
if y'all
How
have
do you
any,
get money when you got out of prison? I didn't get money. I couldn't get food stamps or anything. I mean, I'm so grateful for my mom and my dad. My mom, she only charged me $500 a month for rent, room and board to stay at her house because, of course, I'm an adult. But she didn't charge me like rent. It was just basically just to basically a thank you to stay with her. So I do credit a lot to my mom. I try to start a braiding business. I try to start making tobos. I was going to Goodwill and selling the clothes at consignment shops. Every year I was buying shoes that they were like that TJ Maxx and people like Ross, when they're not selling or it's out of season, they give them to Goodwill or they just give them away. Different things like that, to make extra money within those 6 years. And so it was like, dang, I started this business, this didn't work. Dang, I started this business, this didn't work. I try to get this job, I try to go to this school, I try to do this, and nothing was working. And that's when I felt like, dang, this is nothing out here. And that's when I was tired because I was trying all these different things. But when she told me to believe, I just used transferable skills. I took everything from all of my mistakes from them 6 years and just applied it to now. And so, with making money now, my daughter, she runs her own business at 12 years old. You have merchandise. I think it's uh printful, no, printify, not printful. It's something totally different. It's printify.com, printfy.com.
I have some calls. Well, I have a
Okay.
call. All right,
Okay.
so we got Long Island in the building. Please try to make it short as possible, but go right ahead, family. You on the air. 631, you on the air. Strong Island, what's popping? I guess he hung up. Well, 631, try to call back, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Now, so basically, your daughter has her own business, and not to, try to be all in your business. So that's how you make your money, by doing speaking engagements, and like you said, teaching them how to make the show them multiple ways of making money on the internet. Am I correct?
Right. But see, as an inmate, the what I want people to understand, like as an inmate, the way Donald Trump has it, the way the system has it, it's literally it's literally like slavery. They actually really do make money off of us. They made $500,000 off of me. So it's systemized or systematic to keep us to go back. So the way that I make money now is taking that same hustle, that same thing. If I was to sell a product or sell some weed or whatever, I just change the product and make sure I play by the new set of rules. So this is what I do: is I take what I have or what I know and to capitalize on that by helping other people. Meaning that, okay, Printify, creating merchandise, things that you don't have to come out of pocket for initially. I think that's what a lot of people are very apprehensive when it's starting their business or starting their own YouTube channel or starting on social media or trying to make ways to become an entrepreneur. It's like, man, I got to put out more money up front and all this other kind of stuff. But the tools that I have, it costs no money. It's like literally free. It just costs you time. It's like, now this time is going to be your sweat equity that brings you a real big return on your investment. So people pay me to get on a call to really sort through everything they have on the table and to streamline it and scale it to make money. People think, or people in our community, we think for right now, our pleasure right now. Let me make $10,000 now. I'm like, yo, how can I make $1 million? All you need is 5,000 people, Mike, to pay you $17 a month. If you have 5,000 people to pay you $17 a month, Mike, that's $1 million a year. $1 million is not a lot of money. So you think about it. How many YouTube subscribers do you have? Do you have way more over than 5,000? Yes. Wow. If 5,000 of those subscribers were paying you $17 a month for 1 year, not 10 years, not 5 years, not 20 years, 1 year, that's $1 million. All right. And so it's the same thing. The number goes down. It's a 2,000 people, $300. You can change it around to products and different things. Once you know that formula, then you start thinking, okay, what do I have for $17 a month that someone would be willing to buy? It's just like Netflix. Create your own Netflix, but it's your content, your videos, and everything else to expand upon that. It's money out there, but the thing is, the poor person will say, oh, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. When they see a Lamborghini or something, oh, I will never do that. Oh, my credit is jacked up and all this other kind of stuff. But the rich person who doesn't have a Lamborghini will say, what do I have, or how can I get a Lamborghini? The question is different, is how can I do that? And when you do that, your brain opens up to like, oh man, I got these shoes. I could start an eBay,
And you
whatever
could
the
call
case.
them, you could call that as access. Assets is mean, not access, assets.
Right.
Because you can benefit from it. Just like you said, shoes and you can sell it on eBay. Those are assets. Those are something that can't accumulate money. You know what I mean? If you present it right or sell it right. So absolutely. Go ahead.
People wanna know, does it work? People are tired of being bamboozled. Does it work? Is it credible? Does it entertain me? If it works, guess what? They're gonna come back and bring more. Listen, I was just talking to you about retreats. We have a retreat coming up in April, and it's in Scottsdale. And so it's 4 days that I spend with my authors. We have a few beds left. People can go to my website at dleeinspires.com if they're interested in coming. But even retreats, these folks, man, listen, Mike, people are going to be blown away when I say this. And when I saw this, I could not believe it, man. They have martial art retreats. They have vegan retreats. They have it's not just yoga. It's not just yoga. They got black girl retreats. They got dog lovers retreats.
That sounds like bestiality to me, but I understand it.
Right. I mean, think about it. It's like insane. So when you think about it, if somebody's on here and they're hairstylists, they can have a wig retreat. They can have a barber retreat, hair cutting retreat, for men to learn the art of cutting hair. You can bring a photographer to take professional headshot photos on a nice place. You can go to it's cheaper out of the country. You can really expose yourself and other people to go to Italy. It's like only $1,000, $500, and people are literally paying. I'm talking about listen. There's these two couples that's all they do is 2 retreats a year, and they make $3 million a year just off of doing 2 retreats a year.
See, that's why. Listen, look, things be happening for a reason. Look, I'm gonna be calling her damn near every time I need something, meaning ideas and stuff like that. See, you can't be in a room full of non-thinkers. Then you become a non-thinker because you got to be in those certain kind of rooms, those certain kind of be around those certain kind of people. Because if you're not as forthcoming, or have ideas like that, you know what I mean, like how she has a critical way of thinking, and to acknowledge how there's multiple ways to make money and apply it and everything like that. So a person can be like, such as herself, can be more like that than me. Her shit could rub off on me. You know what I mean? I'm not a dumb guy. So, and I could apply that. So when you're around that and you open to learn, that should have rub off on you. So it's good to be in contact with certain minds such as hers. So I'm staying in contact, motherfucker. When I need, I'm shit.
I'm
Because
very happy to hear that.
I really want to do that and apply a lot of that as well. So retreats is coming up, goddamn it! But I just got to figure out what y'all want and what y'all like.
Yeah, which way you want to go with it. And
Yeah.
so I appreciate you saying that. But, I think this all came about like survival mode. I don't want to go back to prison. It was a very traumatic experience. It's not a place I want to
773. I
go.
got you.
But
Go ahead. Go ahead, love.
but I do it's like a survival mode. It's like when your child has to eat, we can figure out a way on how to get over of crime, how to steal something, trying our best not to get caught, and try to take it as far as we can. So just basically it's like transferable mindset. I just changed the product and follow the rules. Okay, it's a system. So what? Okay, it's the white man. Okay, so what? Okay, I'm a woman. All right, so what? What am I going to do about it? Okay, what are the rules? All right, so if I abide by these rules, we're good? Yes, you're good. Okay, so now you just get as creative as you can. What do you have? And whatever you do, don't give up because people are depending on you. I think about this, Mike. What if I did kill myself 7 years ago? I wouldn't be, you would probably be talking about me of a story that this girl that killed herself who was a convicted felon. The narrative will probably be different today.
Right.
So maybe you got to fight another day for that stranger you haven't met yet. Or maybe your product is not selling because it's not for the person today, it's for the person 2 years from now. Think about Steve Jobs. Sometimes people create things that are way ahead of its time, even with the Apple Watch. When it first came out, it bombed. Nobody wanted it. But now people are wearing it like it's jewelry, like it's regular, And so you have to be mindful of that. Don't quit too soon because people are depending on your faith and your perseverance to make it happen. And just look around, just make a whole list. What have I been doing for the last year that makes me the most money? And stick to those three things.
Absolutely. I have some questions. Oh
Okay.
damn, they hung up. Well, y'all had to be patient. I
Oh,
guess y'all
God.
ain't have no patience. But hey, I got 44
Oh,
minutes left to take phone calls. So if y'all want to call in, please call in right now. The soon when y'all call in, I'm gonna take y'all call. So please try to call in again. I appreciate it. But hey, what you just said, man, it made a whole lot of sense. A lot of people was feeling your energy. They feeling your the way you bringing this information. And at the end, everybody, she's definitely gonna give all her information, and I'm gonna put in the link to her book as well. All right, so y'all could get her book. Y'all could check. Y'all could get everything that you need, all her information and contacts and all that stuff. So she's definitely gonna leave that to y'all once this is over. So please call in again. Somebody put in the number for me is 914-205-5534. And please can y'all like reshare it, like repost it again. All right, so I will be taking calls, and go ahead and continue. Yeah, love.
so is there any questions inside of the chat?
If y'all have any questions inside the chat, please press number 1 and add your questions next to the number 1 so I can identify you as asking a question. Press 1, the number 1, and have your questions next to it so I can identify you as asking a question. So go right ahead and ask your questions. So I have I guess it's a question. So basically, like you said, just try to pick out 3 things, or what did you do this year that made the most money? And when you can identify what brung you in some money, you just stick to those things, even if it's one thing, but stick to that one thing until you can branch off to do something else that works and apply the same thing that worked before. I don't know. So you can formulate that better than I could. So go ahead.
Well, you're absolutely right. We tend to when something doesn't work, we tend to jump to the next thing.
Shit. Now I got callers now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me take these calls before they hang up. All right. So I'm gonna go to area code 111111111. What's going on? What's up? You on the air, family?
Hey, I'm on the line here.
Yes, you is, sir. Go right ahead.
Hey, I just want to say, this be Willie from Des Moines. I just want to say I appreciate the show.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate what you do. I appreciate your appreciation, and, I know you probably got some more callers on the line, but I want to let you know you do a real good job,
I appreciate you.
And I enjoy most of the time I listen to your link, just on Blog Talk Radio, on the link on the internet.
Yeah.
It's my first time calling in, but you got to understand, I'm glad you're finally taking calls, and I will say I appreciate your show.
Thank you. Hey,
but if you could just I can mute myself if you got some more callers, and if you don't mute me, and you take another caller, I'll chime in every once in a while if you have any more callers, but because I don't want to take away from your show.
Now that's fine. And let me just say I appreciate you, family. I definitely appreciate you liking my show and everything. That's the type of stuff that keeps me going. So trust me, I appreciate you and what you had just told me. But I would like to ask you, since I don't know how long you've been listening, but far as what you heard so far, do you have any questions for her, or are you not sure of what's going on at this point right now?
Well, this point in time, I gotta figure, you're probably a busy man, there's been a lot of topics tonight, but you gotta understand, I'm sure you're a busy man, you got a lot of callers, but as long as you keep me on the line, I can mute myself,
And
so
then, all right, I let you fill out the conversation. I'll put you on mute so you can fill out what's going on, and then I'll come back to you, see if you have any questions. All right.
No, you don't have to mute me. I'll just mute myself. And then what we can do, if somebody's got they bring up a topic, I can just unmute myself and I can chime in,
All right, brother. Just hold on. I'm going to mute you and you mute yourself too. Just hold on, brother. All right, I'm going to go to area code 512. That was pretty strange. 512.
What's up,
what you want?
Man?
What's poppin', boy?
What's up, man? Peace to the queen. With the the business and stuff.
Yeah.
What I really picked up from what she said is just stay down till you come up. You dig? Like even from like the story about being an inmate and all that, she never gave up. And that's the whole thing. Like you could, and I'm pretty sure you know this too, sister. You could lead a lot of horses to water, but you can't make them drink. A lot of people not gonna have that same drive as you. And I'm not, knocking anything you're doing. You're doing the right thing. But the thing about that is a lot of people that you're doing that for, they're not gonna have the same drive as you.
Right.
Absolutely. And then they're gonna come back and be disappointed and be like, oh, it didn't work for me and this and that. But I'm pretty sure you're aware that people gonna hate. You dig what I'm saying? But it's the thing about it, when you helping people like that, you got to be careful and make a disclaimer that if you don't have the drive I have, you're not going to be able to achieve the things I achieve, because a lot of people thinking that they can just get a self-help book or they can just watch a seminar, a few YouTube videos and cure their cancer. But they got to go in there and dig that cancer out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Before they, continue, that just like when you have an operation, you got to go through rehabilitation and stuff like that. And I think what the sister doing is a rehabilitation for the people that's ready for that type of therapy.
Right.
You know.
That was well said. Absolutely.
And,
What's your
and I'm definitely I'm a patient. You see what I'm saying? I'm first and center. So I'm peeping up all the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to link with you because in a few days I'm trying to link with like Mike Lowry so he could give me this package so I could get my channel popping. And I'm gonna use a lot of techniques that you set forth already. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because you just open my mind for a lot of different ideas as far as business and just hustling. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a hustle is. Like you got to maximize your income and increase your outcome. As far as like she if y'all really listen closely, she really talked about 10 different streams of income with one event. You know what I'm saying? Like people not really peeping that. You know what I'm saying?
But then again, and I'm glad you peeping it. And then again, just like you said, and I've said this as well when I was promoting my package. And shout out to Tracy from Laugh Gags and Gossip, who literally paid for the package and took those ideas and is working for her. And I said as well as he said that you're going to see some results, and what she's presenting forth to you, you're going to see results, but it's how you work. Right. Don't act like you have to sweat like how I sweat. You got to grind how I grind to see the maximum results. So don't get mad if you don't get that many subscribers you thought my package was going to do for you. I told you it's going to be effective, but it's how consistent you are. You have to be consistent. You want to get discouraged sometimes, but you got to keep going. That's what happens. It's not going to come easy when you work and you sweat, and you believe in it and you keep going. It's going to show results, but you got to put in the work.
And can I ask the sister one thing about that? As far as what advice or what would you say to people that I remember you was talking about the breakthrough? What about the people that's on the verge of breaking down and being broken? What inspired you? I mean, I understand, people gonna say God and this and that. I understand that too. But I'm talking about like in the business world, or what kept you going to know that I'm gonna, that I'm doing the right thing as far as business wise.
Thank you for your question and your comment. I really appreciate that. The biggest thing that I would do or to say and to encourage someone when they're right there at the brink of giving up is to fight for the other person. So meaning it's like this. When I feel like giving up, I remember that young man when I went to the juvenile who had tattoos and people rejected him like they rejected me, trying to get a job and everything. And he raised his hand and said, "Miss Lee, my brother's in jail. My daddy's in jail. I don't want to go to jail. Can you please help me publish a book?" And when I'm like in my room and I don't feel like getting up, or my clients or money's doing good this week, next week it looks kind of funny.
I let you tell me that you a jacket. Because sometimes they don't be tripping on no jacket.
Hey, hey, thank you for your call, family. Thank you for your question. And go ahead and continue.
Okay, so it's more so that I'm not fighting for myself, or I encourage myself to encourage other people. It's easier for me to give up on myself. Like it's easier for me to miss a meal and feed my daughter. It's easier for me to give someone else a meal and I know I've been struggling. It's easier for me to put a smile on my face or give somebody else who might be sad a hug. It's like if you feel bad about your life, my mom and my grandmother used to say this, go to the hospital and help someone else, because you think what you're going through is bad until you meet someone else that is going through it worse than you. So when you feel like you're on the brink of giving up, if you're just tired of being tired, if people are talking about you, if you're saying that you keep trying over and over again and nobody's giving you a chance, I really encourage you, don't fight for yourself. Fight for the people who can't fight for themselves. Remember, there's there's 3 reasons why a person goes through what they went through. I really believe I went through all of that to really feel what it's like to have all the doors closed in your face and be on that breaking point. If I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be able to give him advice on how to overcome. The first reason why people go through what they went through is to prevent other people from going in, prevent them from making those same mistakes. So maybe I made all these business mistakes, invested this money in this, that, and the other, so nobody else has to do it. Also encourage those who may be in it, and to show people that literally nothing is impossible. We talk about, yeah, you got to put in the work. Well, that's called sweat equity, to where, okay, it doesn't cost monetary value of investment, but you have to put in sweat equity, meaning that it's an even exchange. It's an even exchange. The crazy part about it is, yeah, I gave you a donation yesterday, but I'm sure this package costs way more than the donation. Okay. But the crazy part about it is that you have to be ready. So I've been building and all this equity. And then when he saw all my stuff, it's not like he saw of something that I just did overnight. He's seeing all the work that I did over the years. And like Mike said, to be consistent. And then you have those things where you can't just go give $1,000 for a TV or this for a car, and you're saying it better work. Okay. So you have those types of things. So if you want to buy a business, then of course, or franchise, you can't forget about that. You can get you a Subway for $15,000. You can get you a Chick-fil-A. You can own it. There's this girl in this 19-year-old girl. She's the youngest Black female who owns like 2 Chick-fil-A stores. And she got that on credit. Okay, well, work on your credit, your business credit. You know what, Mike? Do you accept payments on PayPal?
Hell yeah. When they
Okay. So there's people, I wonder if people watching getting payments on PayPal. Do they know there's this thing called working capital that PayPal will give you up to $125,000 as long as you are making like $10,000 a year through PayPal. So if you can sell $10,000 over 12 months, they'll give you a loan, not even checking your credit. I'm talking about they will give you money, and the way you pay it back.
I have to call them niggas like, listen, I heard, okay, this is what I heard.
I hope people do this for real. You just go to PayPal working capital on Google, and they'll take you to a website, and you just apply for it. They'll let you know if you made at least $10,000. They'll tell you everything that you need. They don't do no credit check or anything. It's just based on how much income so it's all there. But like, to answer his question on how to encourage someone, or how do I stay encouraged when I just like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm tired, is that those people who I fought for, those prodigal clients, is like what I want to call them, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 20, going on tour and everything else. That's why I keep doing it, because I know if I give up, they're all going to give up. And if I'm their only hope for them to keep going and overcoming their most darkest moment in their life, then I'm going to keep doing it.
That was beautifully well said. Hey, well, did you hear anything that made you want to ask a question, brother? Because if not, your ass got to go. What's your thoughts on what you just heard so far, brother?
You know what? Just be with it from the mornings. I just want to ask you, what do you guys think about, the white man holding us down? Like they done, they always done.
We're not going to answer that right now, because I don't know if you're a plant, if you're a white guy yourself, to try to cause a diversion.
No.
We can speak about that another time, but right now, that's if out of this whole time you was listening and the subject at hand, what you was just listening to, this is the only thing you came up with, fam. And I say that because I don't know what's your agenda, and I'm not feeling that right now. Do you have anything to share about what's been said right now? Because I don't want that kind of energy right now.
See, the thing is, based on the whole, topic of the night, I think there are more problems, more more bigger problem out there, you know, because what you need to understand is the white men, you know, the white people holding us down. And
I just told him, and he still went into that. So I had to delete it. That's not the vibes. That's not where I'm going tonight. Okay, you know, it's a certain it's a place and time for that kind of rhetoric. And right now, I'm not even in the mood to talk about it. So I think he was here to cause a diversion. But hey, you're out of here now, nigga. But anywho, back to you because you could be helping a lot of people with this, and I am too by using this platform, to help share your story from my.
I'm so grateful for that, Mike. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, love. No problem. So because the question that he asked you, to really be honest, I was gonna really save that towards the end, but since this is going towards the end, you answered the question already. So I will ask you. What do you want people to take from everything that you just said just now? What do you want people to take from this? And I'm sorry, and if you want to, you can add the pros and the cons, because there's always a pro and the cons, but it's how you formulate your words. Go right ahead, love.
Right. So what I want people, the pro, to take away from this is that, one, nothing is impossible. Okay, that's the first thing. Two, you have to make a commitment, a conscious decision on what is it that you want to do. The hardest question for someone to answer is, what do you want? You have to be very clear. The third thing is that I want people to take away from this is their willpower. Okay? There's things from food, and there's so many different variables and all this noise that's just bombarding us all day, every single day, on top of the problems and our own responsibilities that we have. But when you understand what it is that you want, and you make a conscious, your willpower, which is like your animal instinct to survive, you can overcome anything. So it starts with imagining. I imagine where I want to be. I used to lay on the floor with my when she was 5, because she, was like imagining princess and dolls out of thin air. I used to just childlike faith and just imagine what dress I will wear at my speaking engagement, what hairstyle will I have, and really created that. And I became what I imagined myself to be. So start there, okay? Another thing I want people to get from this is, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. You've been through a lot of stuff in your life, a lot of things in your childhood, a lot of things in school, on your workplace, relationships, family. I say, make it count. Make what you've been through count. And don't speak from a place of pain, but speak from a place of power. I'm not saying that, like Tupac said, he was like, and I love this quote, Mike. Tupac was like, yo, I'm not saying I could change the world, but I definitely want to spark the mind who does. And if you can just spark the mind who does, give that boy who's selling candy, in the in the parking lot, a chance, just to let him know, act of kindness, and do that.
Everybody, her book, M8 1142890. Am I saying the numbers right?
Yeah, the Desiree Lee story.
The Desiree Lee story. The link is in there. And Charlize, can you please, or one of the snipers, can y'all please repost the link that I put in there? So that is her book. You can click on that link. It's an Amazon link. Please check out her story. I think I have a caller. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna take. I think I'll probably take 2 more calls, or this is the last call. All right, man. What's up, Jesse? I would take Jussie's call and one last call, and that's it. What's good, family? Do you have a question for the queen? And what is your thoughts on this whole thing? What's good? What's poppin'? Peace. Jussie, what's going on, family? Jussie, what's good, family? Going once, going twice, motherfucker. Okay. Okay. 1111. I hope you're not the same guy I cut off. What's up, fam?
Yes, sir. This is Mike from Singapore. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, hey, my friend. How you doing, man?
Yes, I want to say that we do sympathy with you guys from all over the world, and we know the police brutality not is only USA, it's in all over the world. Unfortunately, I mean, in France, we remember that they killed a Muslim youth and actually raped it before they killed that Muslim youth. So we understand. Then there was many riots in France, Paris, as a result of it. So, but the question is, what we can do to calm the situation. I mean, we know that they give the police in all over the world pretty much a license to kill, and this needs to be changed. And that's my comments. And we do 100% sympathy with the people of USA and around the globe. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, my brother. I would like to talk to you and let you know that right now, I understand what you're saying, but right now we're not talking about that. We are talking about a friend of mine who is here to share to the people there are multiple ways where they can make money. Just giving just some good counsel, putting people up on game to help themselves financially, to be stable and financially rich. Mentally rich, and things of that nature. I don't want to lose you, but you lost me. In my conclusion, we are not talking about that right now. I do not want to mess up this live stream to talk about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I want to say rest in peace to the Muslim brother that you said, and that's effed up that they had and they got molested or touched in the wrong way. That's a serious matter. I won't make any jokes of it. But right now, that's not what we're talking about. And I can't go no further than that. So I'm going to say thank you for your phone call. I appreciate you, family. I ain't hear from you in a minute, but please, that's not where we going. So I have to stay on call. So I thank you for your call, family. Okay?
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, well, bye-bye. He sounded one of the niggas at 7-Eleven. Hurry up and buy. You know what I mean? You want your bunch of Slurpee? But anyway, love.
I want to tell somebody the con, just one con, because I know we're running out of time. You said, there's pros and cons.
Go ahead, baby. It's on you.
This is the thing, Mike, that nobody told me when I started to share my story. I started my business of helping authors on Periscope. I'm on Periscope at D-Lee Inspires. All my social media is the letter D, L-E-E Inspires, DLeeInspires.com.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Nobody told me how to handle the demand. When I first did my Publish Now course, man, Mike, I made $10,000 in 2 hours. $47 course, man. I was so afraid to touch that money because I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to flag my PayPal account. The Fed's going to come out and get me. I was so scared. Like, you have to be okay with making a certain amount of money fast, because I was always taught that fast money is not good money. But where I slipped up at in my business in the beginning was I didn't know how to handle 500 authors around the world. I didn't know how to handle when it started growing to 1,000. I didn't have an assistant. I didn't have a virtual assistant. I didn't have customer service. I didn't have packaging. I didn't have distribution. I didn't have my product calendar, my content calendar. I didn't have none of that stuff together. I was just making videos, because I was in the mindset of, oh, maybe somebody will buy. I don't know, and this, that, and the other. My advice, the con was not being able to handle the demand, but my advice to those who are watching is to prepare for it. Work, like, expect that thing, because I'm telling you, it's coming faster than you know it. And when it does, the question isn't, is opportunity going to ever present itself? The
Are you going to
question
be
you
able to
need
handle
answers,
the
right?
opportunity?
Are you going to be ready? That's the question you need to answer. When it comes, will you be ready? And I said, yes, I'm going to be ready.
I'm
What about
ready.
you, Mike? You
Oh,
ready?
hell, motherfucker, yeah. So, look,
Okay.
I'm going to be taking more
Well,
advice,
thank
and
you.
I'm going to take, listen,
Thank you so much.
I don't care about, no, listen, people is going to want to hear people talk, and I'm not talking about anybody. Some people would just love to hear stuff but don't want to utilize it. So
Right.
I'm glad I have this platform because I came across some interesting people such as yourself, people that is doing some things. You can learn from that. So I am willing to learn, and this is another blessing that I'm going to take advantage of.
Thank you so
So
much.
I'm definitely going to be in tune with what you're doing, and I'm definitely going to see if we could do more of this because shit, man, listen, only thing I really need to work on, to be honest, is my cursing and stuff like that. But when I'm in a certain type of setting, I can, change up. So
Yeah, don't
that's one
change
of the
your
things.
cursing. Do not change it. Don't let nobody make you feel that way. I know.
Well, shit, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay,
everybody. I'm telling
bitch.
you, there's millionaires. I mean, they cuss like it's, and nobody says it. I'm telling you, like, I mean, it's normal. If that's you and that's your persona and that's how you get things out, that's how you translate. Don't change that, because then it becomes as
Yo, hold on, sweetie bop. Chuck Daniels, what's up, man?
okay.
Like Chuck Daniels, what's really good? Like, do you know me or something? Cause you really like you doing too much in there. You taking little side shots at me and stuff like that. You need nobody. Don't block him. I just want to know: do you need a hug? You need a virtual hug. Everybody, please give Chuck Daniels a virtual hug. I think he needs attention. You need love. Okay. So normally I probably would have got upset and cursed you out, but I'm starting to understand y'all people. Y'all say things to get attention. I think you just need a hug.
Mhm.
Everybody, please. Oh, Chucky. Chucky. Everybody give this motherfucker a hug, please. Chuck Daniels need a hug. But and absolutely, I just got a
You're
text. But
amazing.
absolutely, I'm gonna speak to her about those webinars as well. So
Okay.
most definitely. I'm listen, man. I'm definitely gonna keep in touch and learn the game. And why wouldn't you want to learn from a woman? Okay, don't put your pride in your pocket. Some chauvinist men don't even want to hear that shit.
Right.
I'm smarter than her. No, the women is the first teacher. I'm humbled. I will get on my knee and listen. You understand what I'm saying? Take a back seat, sit my ass down, and shut up and listen and take notes. So that's what I'm willing to do. So, I want you to give your contacts on how to reach you, and I want to put in the link again to her book, and it's going to be in the description box under this video. All her contacts as well. But go ahead and please give everybody the information to get in contact with you.
Yeah, sure. So you guys can definitely send me an email at dleeinspires.com. It's the letter D, Lee inspires at gmail.com. I'm sorry. Or you can go to my website at dleeinspires.com. I'm on all social media platforms at dleeinspires. I keep it that way so it's easier to remember. So the letter D, Lee inspires. And you guys can definitely contact me there. All of my information of my upcoming events, our meetups, our retreats, And also, if you guys want to become a member of the Authors of Business community, it's the #1 community for authors and businesses, because publishing is not enough. To be in a community where people get it, it takes a different type of person to be able to grasp what it is that you want to do. So we do encourage you guys to go to my website at dleeinspires.com to become a member of our community. And I look forward to meeting you. I want you to win, because the truth is when you succeed, we all succeed. And I cannot do this by myself. And we can get there faster together than we could ever do alone. And so just take baby steps. Just do the best you can with what you have until you can do better. You did not come this far for God to leave you right here, and make what you've been through, what you've experienced, make it worth it. And make your money, girls and ladies and gents, okay? And help someone else.
Absolutely. I just put in her link. Please go check out her book. I'm going to make sure I put all her contacts in the description box. I want to say I really thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate your knowledge. And ladies, because it's 90% ladies in here, please take heed to what she's saying and join her movement. Join what's going on, and just don't forget about me. But join her goddamn movement.
Yeah, we all gotta come together, like the Viral Access Retreat, the media retreat. I can see it now. And I know a lot of people watching, they're YouTubers too. I know some of them have channels.
Yeah.
Oh, they can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can subscribe to my channel at Desiree Inspires. But I cannot wait for your classes and training about YouTube, because I really need to learn about that as well. So I'm teachable as well.
That's right. So we can put this together. So teamwork make the dream work, baby. So we gonna get into it.
Right.
So everybody, again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all took something out of this. You better. But far as for what I seen in the chat, y'all definitely loved it. And I just appreciate it, man. And look, everybody that's here right now, this is not by accident. All of this, what you just heard in her wisdom, this was by design. Right. You understand what I'm saying? God laid things. He made sure it comes to you. He show you the signs, but you have to be conscious of enough to see it, take it, digest it, and utilize it, and bring these things into fruition. So this is not by accident. So take what you heard tonight. Please try to apply it. Please subscribe to everything that she got going on and learn and be productive for yourself and your family. So with that being said, hey, I'm just a goddamn YouTuber. All Viral Access Media family. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Next time I have a cut. But any motherfucking who, thank y'all. And I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.